Hey guys, welcome to Turn Hill. Welcome to the place where we turn heal our way to self-love and unity consciousness. I hope all is well. Welcome to your full moon in Aquarius reading. Let's get started. I come to you, humbly God, thanking you for your divine guidance, providing messages of divine light, divine love, in accordance with your divine will. What is it that we need to know for the full moon in Aquarius energy? Thank you. Okay. Starting off with compassion. Man, I never work out this lighting, especially with these cards. Let me tell you something. Anyway, compassion. I will be compassionate with myself for not preparing the lighting. All right. What else we got going on? Ask body. Wow. Okay. So I keep trying. All right. Take it easy. Take it easy on yourself. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I'm feeling this energy of like, I need to sit the F down. I've been trying to do a lot, okay? Out here working overtime, okay? And I'm getting this energy of like, look, take it easy. Like, you're good. You're on track, or you're in the right pace, you know. Might feel like, I don't know, this can, for me, it has to do with work, being a Capricorn, right? But this can also have something to do with after doing shadow work, you know, you're doing a lot of work for yourself spiritually, right? And then it's like, hey, you could take it easy. Like, have a work-life balance, have a spiritual balance along with the human 3D world balance. Like, it doesn't have to be all day, every day, right? You can still go out, have a good time. Balance, take it easy on yourself. I feel like there's a need to have a little fun, but I don't even feel like it's fun like going out. I feel like just the very chill energy, it just feels like I need to relax. Whatever you've been working on, if you've been working really hard at something, whether it's working on yourself, working on your job, working on whatever, take a little break, all right? That's what I'm feeling here, all right. It's something about taking that break. It's gonna give you perspective. I feel like it's gonna give you perspective on how far you've come. So you're running this race and you're just like thinking about the finish line, but not realizing how many miles you done ran. That's an accomplishment. Look back at how far you've come. It's cool, okay? Take your time out to pat yourself on the back, all right? Let's take time out to do that. Congratulations to you and whatever you've gotten done so far within this 7 months in this year, okay? Especially coming out of the pandemic, and you know, we're about to go back into some bull, but whatever, you know, just focus on what you've done so far. Focus on your accomplishments and just cheer yourself on as we start the second half of the year. All right? All right. Let's get started. All right, what have we, oh, no, we're doing full moon. What have we manifested since the new moon? What have we manifested so far? That's what we need to reflect on. What have we manifested? All this beautiful ass love and energy here. We have the Queen of Cups coming out. See, this is that compassionate energy. Also, I want to say, this has definitely been happening to me. So this reading is definitely talking to me right now, because the only way I was going to stop was if I got sick. And I started to get sick, you know, and then I was like, nope, I know what that means. Let me sit my ass down, you know? And once I sat down, I cleared out my energy and I had some downloads that needed to come in. And I had these really major epiphanies that cleared a lot of old stuff out, you know? And I was like, okay, my body, ask body here. I don't know why I try, but I'm gonna keep trying. All right, so ask body. Like, my body was like, yo, what the, stop. We need to tell you something. We want to show you something. There's energy that needs to be released from the body. We need you to sit down, relax, and focus on that, on this energy release, and stop doing all this extra shit. Some of you guys, your body's trying to show you, like, hey, baby, I'm tired. That's tired, boss. Okay, come on. Stop running me to the ground. All right, but anyway, with this Queen of Cups energy, this is that compassion, this loving energy, the self-love. We was talking about that with the previous moon Cancer reading, right? Where it's just like, treat yourself like it's Valentine's Day all day, every day, okay? But yeah, all right. With this heart opening, okay, the Queen of Cups, it does seem like a lot of us have stepped into a new, our heart has blossomed, is the word I want to say, probably because these flowers are here. But it seems as if our heart has expanded, Page of Cups energy. It has expanded to a new capacity to love, a new capacity to give love, and a new capacity to receive love. In doing so, it caused a lot of changes in the love that you were receiving, for example. It's time to just relax, and that was a big shift, a heart shift, right? When I was talking about that Cancer moon reading, and I was saying it's probably going to come with a bit of a purge, or it was some major emotional release that needed to happen. Just relax, okay? It's like when you have a good cry, right? You have a good cry. You don't go, well, I mean, you can just get up and go back to work, but you know, you want to take it easy, like, okay, let me have some tea or drink some water. Let me calm down before I go back out into the world. Whatever the case is, this is the calm down, you know, bring it down a notch after having such a energetic release or major emotional shift. That's what it is, some emotional shift here. All right. It's a good one, but it came with, you know, just came with some things. All right. Where are we now? Where are we now? More on the Queen of Cups. Okay. All right. No. All right. What else do we have to say about that? Okay. All right. So with the Queen of Cups, this is why we need to take a chill pill. After this emotional shift, this love expansion pack that we got, we have to figure out, as I mentioned, it helps you realize the love that you are experiencing. When I say love, I'm talking about all types of love, you know, romantic, platonic, family, whatever. Just talking about all the relationships, everything that has to do with your heart space, even the love of your career. It's like, okay, what was my relationship with love in general, and how I loved myself and how I loved others? How did I show up in a loving way? Now, it makes us reflect on that. It shows us where people weren't up to par with our levels of love. Now that we have this new level of love within us, it also made us realize how we weren't loving on ourselves in a way that was up to par, okay, by setting proper boundaries or buying yourself flowers, whatever the case is, okay? And now it's time to realize, what does this look like moving forward with this love expansion pack, all right? King of Wands. King of Wands with the Queen of Cups. You're creating from a place of compassion. You're creating from this new place of love expansion, all right? What does this mean for me now? Now that I can love in this way, now that I'm open to receive love on a deeper level, what do I want now? This new loving energy, this new loving self that I've become, what does that want? It doesn't want the same things that your previous self wanted, right? All right. Standards change. Likes and dislikes change. Skill sets, career paths, things like that change, right? Hobbies, you know, maybe you no longer like horror movies anymore, you know, things change with this heart expansion. All right, now, where are we now? Queen of Swords, okay, all these court cards coming out. Queen of Swords, major clarity about the direction, okay. So it's yeah, all right. So some of us are still going through the process of losing things, losing relationships that aren't up to par, okay? But it does seem like with the Queen of Swords and the Four of Wands, and then we have the Five of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, some of us are still going through that process, okay, of realizing what's unstable emotionally for us, what emotional habits that we have that are unstable, what are behaviors that we have that are unstable to other people. You know, it's getting this level, a new level of clarity. Of course, there's layers to it. There's always more room to grow. But right now, there's a new level of understanding of what needs to be done. And there's going to be more that needs to be done. But right now, it's just one layer. Okay? So be compassionate with yourself in this process. All right? You don't have to figure it all out at one time. So right now, we're just learning one new layer, one new trick. Okay? But yeah. So we haven't become the all-loving energy, but we are opening up to a new level of love. Okay, so I want to stress that, because I do feel like there's pressure here because of this compassion card and the ass body. I feel like there's pressure here, whether it's pressure in however this manifests for you, however you want to show your love in the world, whether that's in your career, you know, out of self-love, you just want to be, you know, the best whatever you want to be, or if it's I want to be the best lover I can be, whatever the case is. There's a need to alleviate yourself of some of that pressure. So back to that idea of like, hey, you came pretty far, okay? No, you're not there, right? But you're better than what you was, okay? So be cool with that for right now, all right? Nobody's saying stay complacent, but also just be able to count your blessings, you know, and take proper inventory of your growth. All right. Hold on. Four of Wands. What's going on with the Four of Wands? Some of you guys are still in the process of cleaning out. Okay, so we have the community card with this energy of the messenger. It's like, hey, I got a new attitude. You could get with this or you could get with that. You could get with this or you could get with that. Okay, that was very old school, that song. But that's what I'm feeling here, okay? It's like, hey, I'm very clear about the instability in this situation. And this is where I'm at now. You can get with this or you can get with that, okay? Get with this or get out the door, all right? But I can't handle this type of, this lack. It's too much of a gap between where this situation is and where my love is, okay? Or my capacity to love, or my standards for love, okay? So I feel like this is still a process in like, seeing who is about it, who's about it, and routed. What is with the old school, man, what is going on? I'm not out here trying to age myself and all that. But anyway, it's that energy. All right, cool. And what's coming to our awareness? What's coming to our awareness right now? Damn, all the songs are just coming through. Now Maya, I'm moving on, is coming through. I'm moving on. All right, moving on, moving on. All right, Knight of Pentacles along with the Hierophant coming out. All right, I'm moving on. Okay, this is coming out as what's coming to our awareness. It's like you're realizing like, oh, I'm moving on to stability. This is what stability looks like. It's at that level of clarity right now. Like, I know what stability looks like, but that's what with the Four of Swords, it's time to take a break and like really map that out. This is about setting a proper foundation. Oh, Justice card. Okay, let's talk about it. This is about setting a proper foundation here. So, if you are in a cycle, because this is about closing a cycle here. another layer to this death and rebirth. If you're closing a cycle, if you were in a cycle where you were experiencing trash relationships and accepting them, now it's like, I was accepting them because I didn't know any better. Now I know better because I have this love expansion pack. So I only want this level. Now it's mapping out. This level means that I want a person who could do A, B, and C, and D, right? That's the purpose of the break. Assessing where you are right now and what that means for how you want to show up or what you want to create. It's like you get your certification and then you're like, well, I'm more marketable now. Now I want to get paid this amount of money. I mean, I was getting paid this amount because I didn't have the certification and I didn't know to ask for more. But now that I have the certification, now that I have the confidence to ask for more, moving forward, I will not accept anything less than this number. But you have to take time out to know what that number is, right? Because if you just know I want more, and then you go and search for jobs, you won't really have an idea of what fits for you. You'll be floating, right? So that's where probably budgeting comes in. Like, okay, these are my bills and this is what I want to do. These are my financial goals. So based on this is the number that I want. It's that type of like, just taking that assessment, all right? That works emotionally, obviously. This is what I have to offer. This is what I'm willing to give in a relationship. And this is what I want to accept. This is what I want to experience in love. So I can't accept. That's the standard now. All right? Doing the right thing here. The realization that we were settling, okay? But yeah, it's setting a foundation. That new standard is setting a foundation for more stability. A new layer, a new level of stability at least. What's no longer serving us? Page of Pentacles. But this Page of Pentacles, I don't know why I'm getting, hold on, let's see. All right, this is just bringing back the idea of, okay, Hermit, figure out what the next step is with the Page of Pentacles and a Hermit card. It's like, okay, what's the next step? Blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. What's not serving you is not thinking about the next step. If you don't get very clear about what your standards are, you're going to keep accepting things. As I mentioned with the financial aspect, if you don't know what your number is, then you'll just kind of accept whatever, and you won't have a real basis, a real conviction behind why you need that number. If you don't set the proper standards emotionally, some of you guys might still hold on, to the previous situations, because you didn't make it very clear to yourself as to why you need more. All right, so if you take anything from this, assessment right now is the name of the game. Assessment to reprioritize and rework. Rework your standards and then rewire your brain for it. Be very clear about what situations you're settling in. And be very clear about where that's lacking. What those situations that you're settling in, what they were lacking. Why was that considered settling? It's because it didn't have this and that and that. Okay, moving forward, I'm only going to accept situations that have this, that, and that. All right. How can we release and let go? Nine of Wands, yeah. So that was another thing. With the Page of Pentacles that came out, I don't know why I started feeling like breadcrumbing energy. It's like you might be feeling like you're getting a hint of what you actually want from past situations. That's a sidebar, because that's kind of what came out there. Yeah, so it's like, it is a little bit of a struggle for some people. If you're still working through this energy, with the Nine of Wands, it's like holding on to that struggle and really hoping. There we go. Hope. Hope is a hell of a drug. Let me tell you something, okay? Hope. Now, sitting there holding on to hope of these damn breadcrumbs, hoping that they'll get it together. Because one day they wash the dishes. Now you're like, oh, they understand now. Then they go right back to being the same slob that they were. You know, shit like, things like that, okay? No, you need consistency, okay? I do feel like there's breadcrumbing energy here where it's causing you to hold on to hope to situations that you were settling with, because you're like, well, it's not all bad. It's like, no, nobody's saying it's all bad. Nobody's saying this person's evil or this situation is toxic. Well, it's just not giving you what you deserve. Some of you guys is toxic, some guys is not, whatever. But it's like, yeah, you just deserve more. It doesn't mean that something doesn't have to be, it doesn't have to be dire straits before you move on to get something better. You don't have to wait for shit to really hit the fan. It doesn't have to be a tower moment, okay? It doesn't have to be a tower moment for you to go and get what you deserve. So some of you guys might be holding on to certain things because it's like, it's not that bad. I mean, yeah, it's a little rough with the Nine of Wands, that wounded warrior energy. It's a little rough. But, you know, we have good times, we got bad times, you know, that's life. But on a foundational level, at a core, the core dynamic of your situation, whatever this situation is, or these situations are, is not giving you the fulfillment that you want. There's hope. And you know that because if you're holding on to hope that things will get better, that means things are not good. All right. Sorry for screaming at you. All right. Oh, the Death card. Yeah. See, the Death card was at the bottom of the deck here, right? Oh, Seven of Swords under that. Holy cow. Okay. And then, so the Death card was here, and then it fell on the floor and it came out in reverse. There is still, some of you guys, there's some resistance to whatever this is. There's some talks that needs to be had, okay? And some of you guys are kind of shying away from the talks. Shying away from this energy. Hey man, this is who I am now, and this is unstable. You could get with this or you could get with that, you know? Not saying an ultimatum, but it is what it is. Like, hey man, something gotta give. We've been in this situation long enough now. Like, after a while, hope is just kind of silly at this point, yeah? Okay. I'm sitting here waiting 85 years for this person to get it together. Man, after a while, it's over. Chapter done, okay? Of course, there's a grace period. There's you give compassion and grace when it comes to that. But then after a while, it's like, okay, now, shit. You know what I mean? Okay. How can we release and let go? Okay, yeah. So that was a releasing and letting go. All right, let's look into the blockages really quickly. What we're feeling to see. Oh, 24. Hey, okay. Not bad. Seven of Swords, yeah. So that Seven of Swords coming out here in reverse. It's like, yeah, you gotta drop. Certain things are just not. They are probably receiving more than you're receiving from the situation, but because you're receiving a little bit, you're receiving a breadcrumb or two. You're not getting the whole freaking enchilada, you know. You're like, no, I'll just take a little bit of salsa. Oh, you give me salsa? Oh, I'm so grateful for the salsa. While they're eating a whole freaking burrito. I want a burrito too. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. At least let's split the burrito in half. You just giving me the freaking sour cream and salsa. Well, yeah, I'm sitting here being grateful for it. Breadcrumbing, all right? So there's a realization of that. But you see the burrito, right? So you see, you see the burrito right there. So you're like, oh, there's hope. But it's like, if they're not willing to share it, if they're not willing to compromise, if they're not willing to split it, they're not willing to give equal reciprocity and make it an equally balanced thing, whether it's effort, whether it's love, whether it's time, whatever the case is, if they're not willing to share that, that's it. It doesn't matter what the potential is. Yeah, the burrito's right there. Yeah, they can easily just cut it in half and give you the other half. But if they don't choose to do that, don't sit here and just take the sour cream and freaking the guacamole. All right? You deserve more. All right. What's the blockage? What's the blockage here? Four of Cups at the bottom of the deck, because we see the burrito right in front of us, because we see someone's potential, for example, because someone is dangling a position in front of us, whatever the case is, someone could be dangling love in front of us, whatever it is that's inspiring hope that things will get better. Where's I going with that? That just got too long. Fuck, I forgot where I was going with that. Anyway, that dangling energy is inspiring hope, and that is the problem, is what I'm trying to say. Security and setting a proper foundation is the name of the game right now with that 10 of Pentacles coming out. Oh yeah, okay. And the Page of Swords coming out in reverse. There's a need to realize, what's happening, the reality of the situation, realizing that something is being dangled. But that Seven of Swords energy is not the best energy. If somebody's carrying that energy, they're kind of being a little shady, right? Someone could be intentionally dangling an idea, a love, dangling an idea of a promotion, dangling an idea of whatever opportunity that you want, just to keep it going, to inspire hope. Some of you guys need to realize that part. All right. So it's like, why is it such a struggle? Because that's what it's going to be, a perpetual freaking struggle. It's never going to fucking stop. This person, somebody's dangling the carrot, dangling the burrito in front of your face, and you're hungry as shit. It's like, man, fuck this burrito, I'm out. Page of Swords. I don't deserve this. Fuck this burrito. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get 2 burritos over there. Alright? Anyway. It's a shift in perspective that needs to happen. Hope is blinding. Love is blinding. That's why that Queen of Swords energy is coming out, because it brings major clarity as to logically what's happening here. Logically, if you stack it up, who's bringing what to the table? Who's bringing more to the table? And it seems like someone is bringing more but receiving less. Okay, some of you guys need to find the truth in that and see the clarity in that. Taking love out of the equation for a minute, taking the excitement of getting that promotion out of the equation for a minute, and just realize, like, hey, am I getting what I want from this situation? Are they capable of giving me this love? Are they capable of paying me the money that I want? Why am I going for this? You know? Whether they're capable or not, whether they have potential or not, it doesn't matter. Are they doing it? Are they doing it? Or are they deciding to keep the whole burrito for themselves for no ass reason? You know what I mean? All right, what are they feeling to see? Eight of Pentacles, yeah, drop that. See, okay, there we go. See, some of you guys been putting in too much work. I want to stand up right now. Putting in overtime. Putting in overtime. It's time to stop it. It's time to put down and drop it. You put in enough work into something. At this point, in certain situations in your life, at this point, you already know you've done enough. You've done enough to see what this person has to offer. You've experienced enough. You've given enough grace period to understand what this person is capable of doing for you, or what this job is capable of doing for you, whatever the case is. Call it quits. As some of you guys in certain situations, you need to call it quits. Someone's just simply not cooperating. And that is what needs to come to awareness now. What reading was that? Where it was a realization of like, oh, it doesn't, damn, it was one of these zodiac readings. But it was the energy of, it's not like, oh, I have to work harder to make this relationship work, or fill in a blank. It's not that I have to work harder for blah to work. It's that blah isn't working with me. It takes two. And now I'm realizing that, oh, I was putting in way more effort into this situation than this other person was, or this job was, whatever. That realization is going to be a light bulb moment. I do feel like the realization is already there. Now it's time to put the nail in the coffin by speaking on it. Like, hey, step up. This is what I need. So it is a conversation about what your needs are. And then saying like, hey, this is it. Like, can you do this? Or just simply closing the door because you realize they can't. Because you already had that talk. Whatever. It's up to you. All right, what's the advice? Oh, jeez. What is that? 10 of Wands. 10 of Wands? Oh, yeah. You're carrying a load. Yeah. You're carrying, some of you guys are carrying the weight of a relationship. Some of you guys are carrying the, a lot of the work in the company or in your team. You're doing the bulk of the work, and you probably deserve to get a promotion or get paid more. That's it. 10 of Wands. That's carrying that baggage. 10 of Wands is carrying baggage, carrying that load. And then with the 10, it's like, it's time to end that thing. It's time to put an end to that. It's over for that. These are my demands. Can you meet them? No? All right. Well, you can get with this or you can get with that. Like, that's it. You know, I ain't got time to be watching you eat this burrito all goddamn day when I'm hungry. Oh, this card came out with conviction, King of Wands. It's disempowering. That King of Wands coming out with the 10 of Wands. All that passion. It's stifling your passion. Some of you guys are like, well, do I really need that anyway? Like, yeah, you do. 3 of Wands. All this passion. Oh, my God. It's time to stand up for yourself. Get what you want. Get what's yours out here. Okay, and if you're in a situation they can't give it to you, it's time to call it quits. Especially if you feel like, I know it's easy said than done. I'm just saying it like, call it quits, you know. But you get what I'm saying. It's a process, right? So obviously we're all adults here, all right? You take whatever you want to take from this, all right? Now, what I'm saying, call it quits, I mean, call off the chapter. The chapter of you watching them eat a burrito is done. Okay, so whether you have to set proper boundaries, there's a conversation. Either a conversation about boundaries or a conversation about your list of demands moving forward. It's something that needs to be done. A conversation that needs to be had. There's speech. You got to talk about it. You got to say something. All right, like, hey, I'm doing a lot here. What are you doing? You need to step up, okay? And it could start there and then see if they can match up to that. And if not, you move forward accordingly. If it leads you to call it quits, then you call it quits. If it leads to this person actually stepping up and splitting a burrito with you, then cool. Okay, it's like, okay, you finally got it. But it does seem like with this reading, it feels like these are situations that were, it's already been a long-standing cycle. So I feel like that probably, I don't know if the conversation was had, but I don't know. It just feels like at this point, you already know what type of beast you're dealing with. You know what I mean? You know what they're capable of. You know that they have potential and they're not using it. You know what I mean? You just know now, and it's just like, okay, like I'm good, you know? Or if you had a job and it's been a long time coming, you've been fighting for that promotion forever, you know at this point, like, okay, they're just not gonna give that to me. You know, it's something about that energy, like having hope that kept us holding on to certain situations, and then finally realizing, like, okay, like hope has to have you have to have a limit on hope, you know? Especially if they prove time and time again that like they're just not. You probably see more potential in a situation or in a person that they see than they see in themselves. Yeah, these seem like this is not going to be for every situation in your life, but I feel like these are cycles, major cycles. And with that Queen of Swords, I'm sure you guys have major clarity, or it will come about. It does come out as where we now, having that major clarity about what is falling short and why. And then it's like, what are you going to do about that? All right. So holding on to that burden, getting breadcrumbs of the enchilada, empanada. I'm just going through all the damn Mexican meals now, all the cuisine. All right, but if they're just giving you, you know, the sour cream and the guacamole, and they're just enjoying stuff in their face with a freaking burrito, then it's just like, okay, this is disempowering. This doesn't feel good to me. Like, I know I want more and I deserve more. Why am I allowing someone to not give me? Why am I staying in a situation that's not giving me that? It's disempowering, and it's actually killing my passion. It's killing this love, and I have this new expansion pack. I deserve to get this love out. I want to have someone who can get that back as well, give that back as well, right? And then it's also realizing that you giving that to the person who's just stuffing their face, taking energy, they don't deserve it because they don't know how to give back, right? Yeah, all right. Anyway, so we have the King of Pentacles here with the Four of Pentacles here. It's all, it just feels like long-term stuff. Okay, this could be family. This could be family where you're like, man, I'm tired of being a black sheep in here. Y'all treating me like shit. I'm out. Fuck yeah. All right, but also obviously the relationship, the job, if you're not getting treated or paid what you deserve. I need this AC to start kicking in. Hold up. God. All right, but yeah. It's like, yeah, I'm packing up and moving on. It does shake up the sense of stability, but it does bring a real life sense of stability afterwards. So you have to break down the false sense of security so that you can actually get the real security. It's a false sense because it's illusions and it's hope that's making it feel secure. It's making it feel like, oh, we can do this. This is my 10 of Cups. We got this in a bag. But it's like they're not showing up as such. It's time to let that go so that you can find someone who's already packaged up and ready to give you the 10 of Cups, okay? Or find a job that's already packaged and ready to give you what you deserve because they know your worth. They know your value, so they're ready to pay you for it, right? But you're gonna have to let go of that to get that, right? Okay. What is the animal spirit? And we're out. Snake spirit, time to heal. Okay. So back to that hermit energy, compassion with yourself, asking your body, hey baby, what you need? Okay. You need a massage, let me give you that. All right. But yeah, it's time to, some of you guys already probably went through this stage of cutting things out that were no longer up to par. If you've done that, then it's time to just, after that emotional shift, that emotional turmoil that comes out of breaking away from things that were already in your life for a really long time, take a little breather. Understand that these situations were in your life for a while, so it did have energy. Now you're taking this thing out of your energy. Chunks of your energy is being ripped out, right? As you're getting rid of the old. Understand that you have to heal from that process, okay? Energetically, right? You have to figure out, your energy has to fill up that void. It's like when you break up with someone and this person was once in your heart and now they're no longer in your heart. Now you feel this void, you feel this emptiness in your heart. It's like, oh my God, it's a hole here where this person used to stay and live and reside, right? Now they're no longer there. It's like, okay, what do I do with this space now? All right, well, pour that thing up with some self-love, you know, or whatever the case is. New hobbies, new whatever, okay? New standards, whatever it is, all right? New money, hey, okay? But yeah, that's up to you. But it's filling up that hole that these old relationships once had. Even though they weren't the best relationships, they were still relationships that had a meaning and a purpose in your life. So now it's time to heal those wounds. And then figure out what it looks like moving forward with this new space, this new energy. You freed up energy to love. You freed up more love for other people who deserve it. So we have Bobcat Spirit, life is a mystery. It does seem like, okay, what do I do next then? You know what I mean? But it is what it is. Taken from the Romance Angels. Yeah, all right. What's next? Keep an open mind. And religious factors is coming out. So keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. Religious factors, your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. You're setting a better foundation. So before you're moving in a way, you're attracting people. Oh my gosh. I just had this download for myself and it was crazy. You are attracting people based on your old ego, all right? And then you step into this, you have this love expansion pack. It busts you out of the old ego into the new ego, and it sets a new, you step into a more authentic path. And that path sets a foundation for more things, for better quality things, all right? For different things, because you stepped into a different place. You stepped into a different mindset. And that is a process here. Everybody's going to be different in that phase of when you have stepped into the process, when you have actually cut out the old, so on and so forth. But the next steps after that would be like, okay, let me keep an open mind to what this looks like. What do I want to create moving forward? As I mentioned, with knowing what your number is because you assessed what your needs are, right? Knowing what your new emotional standard is because you assessed what your needs are, all right? That, keep an open mind because it's going to be different from what you're used to because you were in an old cycle. Now you're in a new cycle. Things are about to be different. So when you're used to King of Wands and reverse energy, Playboy energy, you probably like them charming and flashy and, you know what I'm saying, laying it down in a boudoir all day, okay? But then you step into new energy, you might realize like, oh, I'm more attracted to a calmer energy. Maybe not the party guy anymore. I used to like that, but I don't like that anymore. You know, so be mindful of the standards, how that shifts your, I did mention that, the likes and dislikes. Okay, yeah, and how you see people is just gonna be different. All right, out of here. Thank you so much. Let me know what you think. Feel free to like, subscribe, share, comment, add me on IG, Tarot and Heal if you want a personal reading. Check out that info box below. If you want to be an angel donor, check out the Patreon link below, okay? The links are there. Just freaking look, all right? Thank you so much. Until we meet again, peace.